right, y'all. Welcome back to FLV. So, public service announcement before we get started with this Lupe reaction. Lupe is probably one of the only artists, probably between him and Doom, that has me like tongue tied. I consider myself a student of hip hop, and I love hip hop music. I'm an older guy that heard all kinds of music in my life. I've been around, seen a lot of things in my life, but you know, Lupe is one of those people that make you think, and it's going to take more than one listen to break this down. So we're going to call this a discussion. Y'all can leave down comments in the bottom about what you hear, what you think this sounds like, and maybe we'll do this twice. But I'm not going to pretend that have all the answers, and I'm going to break this down on one shot. Anybody who does that is lying like a mofo. Anyway, that's my PSA. Let's go ahead and get into it. I ain't going to even front. We had Mural, then we had Mural Jr., right? And this is Miss Mural.
If you had to paint the gutter, which color would you choose? Said the patron to the painter. The painter said the blues. Do you act off intuition or languish and peruse? More like tap into tradition from the angle of my mood.
If you had to paint a gutter, what color would you choose? The painter said to the painter said the blues. Wow. I'm feeling like right now, the patron said I would paint the blues. The painter said I would paint the blues. Is it because of what's going on right now in the situation that I'll paint the blues? Because a lot of times artists paint what they feel, right? And their emotion. So right now the painter is feeling blue. But again, I could be reaching.
Or languish and peruse, more like tap into tradition from the angle of my mood. He looked back at his canvas or strangling the tube. A master of the palette or sanguine and cool.
More like tap into the tradition from the angle of my mood. Back to the blue, right? And he said, do you act off intuition or language or pursuit, or more tap into tradition or angle from the mood? Back to the blues, right? Then he looked back at the canvas and strangled the tube. Is that anger from strangling the tube? I don't know. I ain't got the answers. Let me check my stuff real quick. I don't have the answers, y'all. Y'all give me the damn answers. I'm begging you.
Peruse, more like tap into tradition from the angle of my mood. He looked back at his canvas or strangling the tube. A master of the palette or sanguine and cool. The music mostly jazz, the jazz mostly old. Punctured by some punk and some old smoky soul.
All right.
An atlas on the trunk from the land of broken goals. Just a cover in the back that you open and you close. Where are all the pages? The painter said defanged. I ripped them all out and made some paper planes, fish grease absorbers, and some origami cranes.
Where all the pages, the painter said defanged. I ripped them out and made paper planes, fish grease absorbers, and some origami cranes. Wow. The atlas from the trunk of broken goals? I don't know, man. I have no idea. Again, I got to hear this again and have some Google beside me. Anyway, I love it. Misusing the product for which it came. Right? How many times have we seen that?
And made some paper planes, fish grease absorbers, and some origami cranes. Poured itself a drink and then poured it down the drain. Looked at the empty canvas, said, I think I have a name. I'll call it gasoline, pouring on the flames. Hey. I appreciate the visit, this isn't normally allowed. Do you consider yourself wild or conforming to a style? The patron pointed at a pile of those rejections or mistakes. The painter said that is not for question or debate. Most of
Ooh, ooh. I'll have to get back into this story, man, because I haven't heard Mural Jr. or Mural in like a minute. And I probably should have played these two. I don't know if Lupe is so freaking a surgeon with his lyrics, man, that nothing's by accident with him. So I have to go back and listen to those as well. And listen to this again. Maybe we'll put them all three together and do a reaction of all three and dissect it that way. Maybe we'll do that. But I love the way he's painting the picture. No pun intended. But I like the way he's throwing the painter reference in here with and painting the picture, right? So let's keep going.
what we know as art is the projection of a faith, the product of a pontiff for the election of a saint, a gift from the red for the digestion of the caint, a visual garnish for the confessions of the frank, displays of physical carnage, make connections to the ranks, goes over very well with South Americans and Yanks. Not to sound shamanistic, but there's medicine in paint. It gets kinetic if you let it, there's a fetish in its strength.
Oh my gosh. Again, I am reaching. I know I am. But I love how we said most of us know that as art, it's a projection of the faith. Facts. Facts. Because what we perceive as art, people, is projection of the faith. The art's in the beauty in the eye of the beholder, right? The beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? It's a projection of the faith. What you believe in may make that person may be the most beautiful features in their face, but their personality or their beliefs can make them ugly, right? It's a projection of the faith, of a faith. Ooh. Anyway, move down. A gift from the red of digestion of the caint. Digestion of the caint. I cannot. Oh my gosh. Displays of physical carnage make connection to other ranks. Facts. Move on down a little bit. This last part, not to sound shamanistic, but there's medicine and paint. Think about there's medicine and paint. It gets kinetic if you let it. There's a fetish in its strength. Facts. Medicine and paint. So he's talking about the paint, about the art. And then he said there's medicine and paint. Don't mean it sounds shamanistic, but it's medicine and paint. So he's painting the picture for you. Again, no pun intended.
But there's medicine in paint. It gets kinetic if you let it. There's a fetish in its strength. Martyrdom will call. Russian roulette is in the flanks, and most will pull the trigger if the weapon's full of blanks. But when there's a pool of sharks and you step into the tank, that's the pool of art that got him headed to the plank.
Modern would call it Russian roulette in its flanks. In its flanks. Most will pull the trigger if the weapon's full of blanks. If you know nothing's not going to happen to you, there's no consequences to your reactions, right? You'll continue to do it. When there's a pool of sharks, you step into the tank. The pool of art got them headed to the plank, right? The art, the deception, you see, it's coming together. It takes a little bit, but those folks with the power continue to give you nice looking things to look at, but not looking beneath the canvas to see what's behind it, what it's covering up, right? But most of them will continue to do things like that because it's full of blanks. There's no consequences to their reaction. They're gonna keep doing that. Come on, man. It takes a while for you to get into it. When it hits you, boy. It hits you hard.
But they fell for the deceptiveness of the secularist complaint, the upheaval of the cathedrals into the edifice of bank.
Real quick, but they fell for the deceptiveness of the secularist complaint. What I talked about? No consequences.
All over there's just the evidence of angst, the failed revival of a perfectionist when his efforts have just sank. A selection of the waste that lacks direction or a base. You lose all of the plots for the affections of a race.
Facts. I'm looking at this now more in the political atmosphere, the way I'm feeling this right now, or even in any kind of thing you do, even it can be entertainment, right? I can feel like when you lose your base, it's over, right? But you lose all the plots for the affection of a race. You lose all your base for the affections of a race. You're trying to win over a certain race and forget all your foundational building blocks of your party to chase the affections of a race. Come on, boy. He talking this. He talking it.
Man does not become superior because you connect him to a cape. Nor does become inferior because you connect him to an ape. I never wanted my life to be a collection of some dates.
I don't have to break that one down.
And holiday my days away and intellectually sedate. It's not really a beef, but conceptually at stake. Like do genitals and gender roles successfully conflate? The current art world is just competitively opaque. It never ceases to amaze. My mouth is medically agape. One day it's raising up the brand, the next it's shredding it to flakes. And the velocity of trends is what referees the pace. Professionally accept what ethically I hate. So in all of my work you see this wrestling with fate. It's even in the brushstrokes how aggressively I strafe. Less like putting on some makeup, more like severing a face.
Imagine if you were the patron listening to the artist. That's what's happening right now. You're listening to the artist right now, Lupe, give you a story, giving you a parable. Come on, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are you listening?
Wow. Said the patron with a smile. That's the most interesting diatribe I've heard in a while. How you articulated the nature and put it all on trial. Took it up to heaven, then put it on the ground. The painter asked the patron, can you stand up on the pile? I've had a flash of inspiration, my creativeness aroused. The model took its place, the painter grabbed the lighter, doused the shit in gasoline and set it all on fire.
I'm checking my stuff real quick, y'all. I don't even know what to say right now. I'm freaking this story, this freaking masterpiece that Lupe just bestowed upon you people of America. Oh my gosh. Again, y'all need to put a lot of comments down here. I should have did this on live stream, people. I need y'all help on this one, bro. I don't trust Genius. Genius has a lot of stuff up here that you put on and give you all this kind of stuff. I don't use Genius people when I react. I don't. Because it'll lead you down a rabbit hole of let's verify by Lupe. I don't trust it. Anyway. The guy said, the patron said, that's the most interesting diatribe I've heard in a while. So to call it a diatribe is kind of like mocking the guy a little bit to me. I guess you want to be kind of, on the level of the person that's giving you the speech. So you may try to boost your vocabulary a little bit, but diatribe seems patronizing to me. Anyway. If it says how you articulate the nature and put it on trial, took it up to heaven and then put it on the ground. Wow. Got judged it, took it up to heaven and then got judged and then put it on the ground. And then wow. I don't know what to say, man. Y'all got to give me the answers. This melodicness, man. Oh. This it, y'all? It's lyrical as that song was. You needed that minute to cool down, like on the treadmill when it says cool down. You need that minute to let your brain just realize what you just heard. All right, man. I don't got nothing else to say to y'all, but again, fill the comment box up and tell me what the hell I just heard. Help me break it down. We're gonna have to do a mural Junior and Miss Mural together, or some kind of comparison or connecting the dots. We're gonna have to do that after I listen to this again. All right, man. FLB, subscribe, hit the like button, man. Peace.
Just like music.